disaster.
Nobody can believe these decisions we're getting from the Ninth Circuit. It's a disgrace.
The Ninth Circuit, everybody knows it. It's totally out of control.
When Trump took office, most of the Ninth Circuit's judges had been appointed by Democratic presidents, and they overruled some of Trump's most provocative executive orders. The travel ban, emergency funding for a border wall, they all stopped here.
Very hard to win at the Ninth Circuit, if not impossible.
But that's changing.
We're slowly putting new judges in the Ninth Circuit.
Trump has already added 7 new judges to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And by the end of his first term, there's a good chance that the Ninth Circuit could look very different. We usually think of the 3 branches of government as the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court. But it's down here in the lower federal courts where President Trump is building his longest-lasting legacy.
Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Welcome to Your World on a Canvas on this lovely Sunday morning. And I just need to get more things off my chest as usual. And yesterday I spoke about how the Republicans are misusing the term wolves or misrepresenting the wolf. And as you saw in my opening clip, they're acting more like foxes in the hen house. How, you may say? The judges in the lower courts in your states, whilst you're out there protesting, which, like I said, is fine, and not paying attention to your local government, what's going on in your local areas, the matrix that is racism is burrowing deeper and deeper into the bowels of America. And it's not only the fact that it's appointing these judges. The fact is these judges, may average 40 years of age, maybe younger, maybe in the mid-30s. And they all represent the colors that 45 represents. They all represent the ideologies that Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, wants. So whilst, yes, maybe the protests will pay off, I don't know, we don't know, no one knows in the end. Things will always remain the same. Things are going to remain the same because they've ensured it. There are no more open appointments for judgeships in this country. This is the first time that has happened, I think, since Ronald Reagan. So that means that of the majority of the judges who are supposed to sit there and act as if justice is blind, all espouse the ideologies that has this country suffering, that has its knees on the backs and the necks of people that look like you and me, who will always shout that we can't breathe, no matter how much the appearance of equity is shown to the world. It's in the bowels of their system. It still lives, it still breathes, it's still being fertilized, but yet we want to be part of it. Again, I will forever say, they've never given us much, but we've always taken what little that they've given us and turned it into an abundance, and they turn it into jealousy and do the things that they do. Those who espouse the same ideology as 45, I'm not saying everybody does, but those who do. We will never be able to breathe in this country, not trying to play their game. Again, build up Black Wall Street. Build it up again, but make sure it encompasses the whole entire nation, not just in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Build up Rosewood and ensure that it doesn't just reside in Florida. Weave it within the fabric of Black Wall Street. Weave it within the fabric of Jacksonville, Florida. Weave it within the fabric of Detroit, Michigan. Weave it within the fabric of Washington, D.C., where a freed man walked across the border And just because he simply could not take another step, this is how Washington, D.C. was formed. And now, for those of us who don't know why Washington, D.C. was chosen as the capital of this country, because George Washington's cook kept running away when he had it in Philadelphia, which was a free state. So he had to ensure, since he loved his cook so much, he made sure that the U.S. government was placed within a state that still was patrolled by slavery. So that is a little known fact about your first American president, who took advantage of a 15-year-old young African-American slave and gave her children against her will. So the things that we're fighting for, this is how America has formed itself. This is what exists. To be on the necks of people who they know prosper, who they know have the ingenuity to figure things out. However, we are blinded because we're looking towards their light instead of looking within. Let's clean up our own backyards. Do not look for them to clean up for us. Do not look for handouts, because that's what happens. They come in like a fox in the night, and they infiltrate your organizations and say, yeah, sis boom bay, I'm all for it. The very same people who run this country are the ones who run Black Lives Matter. They will not let it be what they don't want it to be. It's all mirage. Nothing but smoke and mirrors. Nothing but that. But yet we have yet to open our eyes. Building your own wealth. Because the more you seek to enter the matrix, the deeper they burrow into the racist bowels that built this country on the backs of our ancestors. And they spread it around the world and said, yes, this is what you do. You dominate other people, keep them down, and keep the money for yourself. But capitalism on a whole by itself will not stand. As you continually see, it continues to crumble over and over and over again, because the wolf is not taking care of the sick. The wolf is not the leader it purports to be. The wolf is a coward. The wolf you think that bears its fangs in defense of this country is toothless, but yet we still continue to look for it, towards it, for our salvation.